Ademame Efia, Ofosuhima, Femisha and Samno Ase. Dem de Eshas, your my PC, Gunman Penina na Adodanko Akufo Addo, and a Kasana, Ningna Efa National Cathedral, and Samno Ehu, and a Mampeni Echem se Etimupa, a Tai Saden Echino, a papa yepa, and Tiabaya, and Ka Adeshina, and Monichidom. Now when you say Baya, one also a day ebebam, not Mampeni what the sa, and some way to Jawabra, na Jumedia, a friend, second plenary assembly, and a tosu edu enkron, a koso, a war, a year and cry, a twin penifua, a war amnonet to do noir, and a buy.
The project has run into some contemporary controversy currently about the funding. My personal view has always been that even though the cathedral will be very much a national institution, the cost should be largely borne by the Christian community, with the state providing the land and initial funding to get the project off the ground. Looking through the history of all the great cathedrals of the world, there's never been what can be called an appropriate time to build a cathedral. Invariably, it has taken many years, sometimes centuries, to complete. The National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. took 83 years to complete. It took 150 years to build St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, and it took 182 years to finish the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Indeed, the reigning medieval monarchs of the time made significant contributions towards the construction of Notre Dame in Paris. And in the case of the Basilica, construction began and was completed during the era of the papacy's greatest temporal power, again in medieval times. When these great cathedrals were built, the societies that housed them had not finished with the satisfaction of their major development needs: hospitals, schools, bridges, roads, homes needed to be built. And I dare say, if one were to consider only those needs, there would never be a good time to build a church, a cathedral, or any of the great buildings of faith around the world. But once they are built, they've proven to be instruments that brought people together and deepened the spiritual and emotional experience of a vast majority of people. I'm fortified by the words of Holy Scripture in Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4, which says, and I quote, "If you wait until the wind and the weather are just right, you will never sow anything and never harvest anything," unquote. I'm hoping that the Christian community in Ghana, Africa, and abroad will rise up to the challenge and join in the fundraising for the construction of the National Cathedral. I do not envisage that this project will take a century to complete, like the great historical cathedrals of the world. Technology has transformed building methods dramatically, and I'm certain that if the Christian community accepts the challenge, we shall construct this cathedral, and quickly. Once completed, its value will be obvious to all.